Hello value investors, thank you for joining me. My name is Michael from Deep Value Returns on Seeking Alpha. Today I want to talk to you about Twilio. So Twilio is a market leader in cloud communications platforms, and we're going to discuss about its strong growth prospects. Then we're going to address the one thing that I think is a blemish on the investment thesis, and then we're going to bring this all together and talk about its valuation. So let's get started. It's quite interesting to see that Twilio in 2021 has actually underperformed the Nasdaq. It's a rare occurrence, and it's something that's happened to a lot of the fast-growing names. Since February, many of the fast-growing names of 2020 have really taken a step back, and investors are kind of just like dropped these investments like a hot potato. And I believe that in time the investors will come back and will start to pick up, okay, this is a good company, this is a bad company. They'll be a bit more discerning and pick out some diamonds in the rough here. So here's the thing. What I like about Twilio is that its dollar-based net expansion is very high. Even now it's clipping above 130%. This means that when it gets a customer base on board, by next year it will have sold it additional services and got incremental revenue. So this is something that tells you that it has strong pricing power. Its land and expand strategy is working. This is very, very positive. Typically, anything above 120% is something that investors would say, okay, this is a great company. Moving on. So Twilio is not the only company in this space, and I just wanted to kind of mention this briefly. So there's a Polish company called LiveChat, and it's growing the number of active customers it's got. So if we look back to Twilio in 2016, Twilio ended with approximately 36,000 customers. And LiveChat right now has approximately 32,000. So Twilio had to do a lot of educating of the customer and for customers to understand the need for more than one communication channel. And now there's more companies doing this similar thing. So obviously if you are US based, you'll have no doubt heard about Agora, possibly you'll have heard about Bandwidth. So there are more and more of these companies that are trying to do something similar to what Twilio is doing in the communication space. Presently, it appears Twilio is by far the biggest leader here and with the most market share. Will it always be like that? I don't know. If you know anything about tech, is that there's no ever going to be a consistent winner. Okay, so what I think is really impressive is that Twilio even now is guiding for approximately 50% year-over-year growth rates into next quarter. So it's a company it's growing fast, even though it's making more than $1 billion in revenues in a year. It's really just showing no signs of slowing down. It's very difficult to keep growing from a large base at this type of rate. So that really, again, speaks to the strength of its platform, because it's not only that it's increasing the usage from existing customers, but it's also getting more and more active customers on board. So this is two very strong drivers of revenue, and it's been represented right here in the graphic above. Now, the one thing that leaves much to be desired is that Twilio is not going to be a very profitable company. So last year in Q2, Twilio was positive positive 10 million on operating income. On the other hand, Twilio didn't have a lot of travel, they didn't have summits, a lot of expenditure was cut back. So this quarter, Q2, they're guiding for negative 22 million. So it's quite a drop to go from positive 10 million to negative 22 million. And that's at the high end. So it's not a company that anytime soon is going to have that strong profitability margin. I don't think that investors right now are too concerned about that. Investors are so focused right now on revenue growth rate, price to sales. So I'm guilty here as well, but at some point you do need a path to profitability, and you need to be able to show that the company is going to come out with somewhere north of 10% operating margins. Given that the gross margins from Twilio are approximately 55%, I'm not sure that it's going to have high 20% operating margins. It's going to be difficult. Can it get to around 15%? Well, answering that successfully is really going to pay dividends in this investment. I am not quite sure. So right now Twilio is priced at 25 times forward sales, but remember it's growing really fast at 50%. If we compare with Zoom Video is priced at approximately 28, so it's not really in communication space. It's not really an exuberant valuation for Twilio, 25 times. If we compare with Atlassian, which is priced at 32 times forward sales, there are some pockets here that in SaaS that are really getting that high valuation, and even after February haven't really slowed down anytime soon. So it is a rich valuation, particularly that its path to profitability leaves a lot to be desired, but it's not an outlier. So it's kind of at the high end, but it's not too crazy. I, for one, will really pick out other things that are slightly cheaper, that I believe that there's more upside potential. And if you want to do the same, don't forget to check out my marketplace on Seeking Alpha. It's called Deep Value Returns. You're welcome to do a totally free trial for 14 days to see if it suits you. Come on board, check it out, kick the tires. If you like it, stick around. If you don't, no harm, no foul. Okay, see you next time. Bye.